When anxiety or social anxiety comes up, it can sometimes derail your entire day. We end up feeling anxious about having anxiety. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things to consider trying after feeling anxiety. These are things that can hopefully break the loop of having anxiety about anxiety. Now, these aren't quick fixes, they're practices. So, the more you use them and the better you get at them, the more benefits you'll get from them. So, starting off with number one, celebrate small wins. Like after experiencing some anxiety, our minds usually fixate on what went wrong. So instead, take some time to notice what went right. Maybe you spoke up in a meeting despite feeling nervous, or you made someone smile, or maybe you just simply showed up to an event even though you really didn't want to go. These small wins matter, and the more recognition you give them, the less mental space you'll have to focus on all the mistakes. So here is your action step. For each section, I'm going to give you a quick action step to try out. So for this one, I want you to write down 3 things from the past week where you did well in a social situation. Now, this might be easy for some, might be hard for others. For the people who struggle with this, I want you to really think, because there will be 3 things that you can pick out that is worth recognizing. And the next one sort of builds onto that. So build a collection of confidence proof. Think of this like creating a little portfolio where you're gathering evidence of times where you showed confidence and you handled social situations well, right? This could include photos of times where you just felt more comfortable and confident. It could also include like a journal or just in your notes app in your phone of just a list of times where you pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone and you showed some confidence. Then, when you find yourself ruminating or have some anxiety, you can go to that list and have a list of evidence that basically proves your anxious thoughts aren't true, right? You'll be able to physically see that you're more capable than what your anxious mind is currently telling you. So, for this action step, I want you to go to your phone notes, create a note called confidence proof, and I want you to write down at least 5 things that prove you're confident. Number 3, visualize future success. So, after experiencing some anxiety, take some time to visualize yourself doing well in a similar situation. But close your eyes and create a very visual mental movie of you handling a situation with confidence. So imagine yourself in the situation that's connected to your anxiety and visualize how you would stand. Like, what would you say? And the more vivid you can get, the more your brain will actually accept that this is possible. Like, me feeling this way and acting this way in this situation is actually possible. This is basically what athletes do before big events, and you can do the exact same thing with social events. For this action step, before your next anxiety provoking event, take a couple minutes to really visualize yourself in that situation, handling it with confidence. Number 4, learn to sit with the discomfort. So a lot of time, social anxiety creates this like intense discomfort, and so our natural response is to get away from it. But learning to observe those uncomfortable feelings instead of instantly trying to escape it can actually be pretty valuable. And one of the best ways to practice this is through like meditation. It just is. It's not a cool thing to recommend, but it is one of the best ways of training your brain to notice discomfort instead of feeling overwhelmed by it. This action step, the next time you're overthinking a past social event, try this mindset shift. I'm feeling anxious right now. That's quite interesting how my mind works. And then move on. And finally, practice grounding techniques. So, anxiety always pulls us into the future, and one of the best ways to counter that is to bring yourself back to the present. And one way of getting outside of your head is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, where in the moment, when you're overthinking or overly anxious, you pick out 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch or feel, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And by walking yourself through that list, you're redirecting your attention to the present, where 9 times out of 10, there isn't really a problem. You're redirecting your attention to the present instead of having that future focused anxiety. For this action step, just try this technique right now. And then the next time you feel some anxiety building up, try using it. When it comes to anxiety, specifically social anxiety, the more you can face uncomfortable situations, the easier it becomes over time. Social anxiety doesn't disappear overnight, but with the right practices and exposure and support, you can build a nice toolkit to help manage it and move forward faster. If you're interested in getting coaching for your social anxiety, that's something that I do. If that sounds interesting, you can comment the wave emoji down below and I'll get back to you.